from Freezebabee's Fiber Frolic. I thought I would answer the call for the non-yarny things about me quiz that I got. Melissa Kreider from Melissa Kreider Yaks challenged me, so I thought I would go ahead and answer the questions. Okay, 10 non-yarny things about me. Let's see. Number 1, I'm originally from Minnesota. Now I live in Central Florida. I've been here for 18 years. I came down here for love. Of course, that marriage didn't work out, but if it hadn't moved down here, I wouldn't met my love of my life, Cy. Let's see. I do not like to fly. I've done it a lot, and when I was a kid, I loved it, but the older I get, the more anxious I get every time I do that. So when I get scared or afraid, I pee. I feel like I gotta pee a lot. Probably too much information, but every time I go to fly, I'm in and out of the bathroom. At least I'm not hyperventilating. I'm afraid of storms too, so I have a lot of phobias. I do other crafts besides knitting and crocheting. I do quilting, sewing, needlework, needle felting, which is kind of a yarny thing. I come from a whole family of crafters. My mother and my grandmother, both my sisters, we all do crafts of one type or another. My mother and I learned to knit at the same time back when I was 5 years old, and I inherited my love of sewing from her too. She was a belly dancer, and she used to make all her own costumes, and I learned how to sew first from her and then from home economic classes. Let's see. Favorite foods. I'm definitely not a foodie. My favorite thing in the whole world is cheese. I also love cheesecake and tiramisu. I love just about any kind of ethnic food out there, with the exception of Korean. Korean is just too spicy, and I'm not so crazy about some of the Chinese stuff because it disagrees with my stomach. But I love Italian, I love Greek, I love Thai, I love Vietnamese, Polish, German. Oh my gosh, German is my favorite. Every year for my birthday, I go to a local German restaurant in downtown Sanford, Florida, called Hollerback's Willow Tree Cafe, which also gets me to another one of my favorite things, polka music. I grew up in a family in Minnesota that had one of the members of the family had a farm, and so for all the get-togethers, they would bring up a hay wagon and put a polka band, and we would dance. Of course, I would die if I tried to polka now, but I still love polka. And I also have a secret too. I love Lawrence Welk. I'm very eclectic when it comes to my music. I like just about anything but rap. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like rap. I like early rap, like what was the name of that group? Sugar Hill Gang. And but other than that, I love animals. I love animals in any way, shape, or form. I even like bats. My favorites, of course, are cats and horses. I've never had a dog, but I do love dogs. I've dog sat a lot over the years. And the one dog we had in our family, he fell in love with my grandpa, so we gave him to him. But I used to work with horses as a volunteer at a therapeutic riding stable as a horse handler. I don't care if I ever ride a horse again, but I sure like to be around them. They're very calming for me. I think even mucking stalls used to be calm me down too. Something about just being around the horses, grooming them, whatever. I just love it. So I miss that. It's been probably 15 years since I did any of that. I love bats too. One, because they get rid of bugs, and two, I have friends that do bat rescue, so I've gotten to see firsthand about bats, and they're incredibly intelligent animals, and they're also they get a bad rep. But they're the baby. Well, down here in Florida, most of the ones that they rescue are the little free tails that are about this big, very cute. Let's see. I met my boyfriend in a karaoke bar 11 years ago. We met here in Florida, in Orlando, at City Walk at Universal. There's a karaoke bar called Rising Star where you actually sing with the band. So that's where I met him. That was the one and only singles event he went to for Plenty of Fish. So, so that was fun. I already talked to you about polka music. That was number 9 on my list. I'm a total nerd. I like anything fangirl. I collect a lot of stuff for not necessarily comic books, but some of them I love. The Funko Pops, and I got quite a few of them. I have the whole set for Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. All of those. I also collect Bob Ross Funko Pops, and I do have some horror ones also. Eddie Munster, and then I like action figures, so I have the Crazy Cat Lady. I have Grandpa from the Munsters, and I have Jane Austen. And that brings me to another thing. I love to read, and especially my favorite author is Jane Austen, and Pride and Prejudice. Who doesn't love Mr. Darcy, especially when it was played by Colin Firth? Let's see what else I was going to tell you. I already talked about stuff that I collect. Let's see. I guess I have one left. I have tattoos. I actually have 4 or 5 of them. Most people don't see them because I usually keep them covered up. But I got my first one 34 years ago. So I was one of the first, back when it wasn't even very popular for girls to get them. I got one. I guess that's all I have to say. I'm going to challenge Mimi from Mimi Loves Yarn and Holly from The Proper Pineapple. I know Mimi catches my podcast, but I don't know if Holly does, but I'll let her know. I'll just text her on her page. Thank you and have a good day.